Hi, I'm Jimmy Aluria with 3A Automotive and Diesel Repair, where we save you thousands on car ownership. So today I want to talk to you about a situation we ran across with one of our existing customers. So it's a longtime customer of ours, and they have this Honda that they bought at the dealership a few years ago, and it came with some free oil changes. So they go in, they get their oil change done, and just last time they were in there, they came back and they had a quote to get the timing belt replaced. Very common. This vehicle has 100,000 miles on it, and it's time for the timing belt. So they quoted them, and they called us up and they said, hey, we want you to do the work. Here's the quote we got from the dealership. Here's the work that they said they were going to be doing. So we got the information, we put our quote together, and we were several $100s more than the dealership for this same repair. Now, why would they have this car here getting repaired by us when we're several $100s more for the work that the dealership quoted? Well, here's the catch. What they didn't include in the quote was the fact that you don't just replace this belt. Very, very rarely when you're replacing a timing belt do you just replace the belt. There's other pieces that are just as old as this belt that need to be replaced. One of them is you've got a tensioner. That keeps the belt tight in there. Now, these are replaced when you replace the timing belt. It's all part of a kit. They didn't have that in the quote. They didn't have this bearing that goes in there. That wasn't in the quote. And the most important piece of that we replace when we do these, this is the water pump. This water pump is driven by that belt. We're in there. It is a little bit more labor to do the water pump, but you're already paying several $100s in labor to get to replace the belt, and it's got 100,000 miles on it, but the dealership, all they quoted to get the job was this belt. Now, a good thing for this customer, we caught that, and they didn't just go based on what the price the dealership said, because they didn't actually include everything that should be done on this job to be done right. Now, there's a good chance when the mechanic at the dealership got into this job that they may have red flagged it and say, why aren't we doing a full kit on this? And then now all of a sudden, the customer gets the call from the dealership and said, oh, you know, we're in here, we should probably do the water pump and these tensioners and these bearings while we're in there. It's the little bit of a bait and switch on that situation. Or if they go in there, and sometimes it's not uncommon after 100, 120,000 miles that one of our technicians will go in doing a timing belt, and the water pump that wasn't dripping, but it's got a little bit of a antifreeze stain near it, showing that it's gonna go pretty soon. So it's very close. So anyhow, at the end of the day, the customer obviously trusts us. This is the proper way to do it. We're a few $100s more than the dealership, and the job's gonna be done right. And you know, the other thing too is that our warranty on our parts and labor is 3 years, 36,000 miles, and at the dealership they were only getting a 12-month, 12,000 mile warranty. So we got 3 times the warranty. He paid a little bit more for the repairs, but it's done right. Now this vehicle is going to be set up for another 100,000 mile run in that area because it was done right while we were in there. So I hope this helps. Jimmy Aluria with 3A Automotive and Diesel Repair, where we save you thousands on car ownership.